YouTube, it's your boy Above Average Cody, and since the beginning of this channel, I have made it very clear to chat that I will not settle for a lick of APG disrespect around these parts, and that's exactly what has been happening is some severe APG disrespect by a certain HCS Year 4 roster in regards to him coaching. Now, this is some insane storyline spice for the HCS that I did not see coming in any way, shape, or form. It really put the brakes on the monster cheating scandal and things like that, and this really jumped to the front page here. So guys, I'm going to be summarizing and paraphrasing what the heck I'm even talking about, but I will point you guys in the direction of course, APG. His streams are phenomenal. If you want what's really going on in the HCS, go watch that stream, and I also got to tip my hat to my man Broward Clips over there because he's just... He's one of the best at dicing up these clips if you really want to see what happened and what APG said about things on stream, because I merely just paraphrase here for you guys. So what the heck happened? Basically, APG was in fact lined up to coach a roster, guys. The Trippy Penguin roster that we were all losing our minds about, that is the roster he was actually in talks to coach. Not just in talks, he was led to believe since sometime in November that he would be coaching this roster. And it was all set up. It was all lined up. And starting yesterday, they were going to have a call of some sort, definitely involving all of the players. I believe it may have involved the org a bit as well. And the meeting time was a little bit pushed around, a little bit hard to follow. However, when it came time for said meeting, the players were discussing something without him in a call, to my understanding. He asked them what Discord they were in, to which he got no response, and believe it or not, Suppressed actually sent some messages being a little bit vague on whether or not APG would be coach or not. So my man APG lined up to be the coach. They wanted him in a call with the team, potentially with the org, if my memory serves me right. And then he gets ghosted, and he is not in the loop at all. And out comes some wording about a budget, and that they will not have enough money in said budget for Coach APG, and the 4 players on this team will be eating up the budget basically because it's just not enough money to support a coach. They told APG after being ghosted that they would not be wanting him as coach, or they would not be able to afford his services. I don't want to word it that way because there is some wording afterwards about whether or not they wanted him as coach or not. And so this whole thing's unfolding on APG's stream. He's upset. He is obviously disrespected, and while all this is going on, I thought it was really interesting as somebody who's pretty good at reading people and pretty good at dealing with people, I'd say. This is unfolding while APG is live. APG is rightfully upset. He rightfully feels disrespected because, guys, it's one thing to line somebody up as a coach and tell them, hey, we cannot afford you, but you need to sit them down and tell them that. You can't ghost them. You can't give them the runaround on the budget thing and all that. You can't do all that. But while APG is probably peak upset, Trippy's in chat saying just a few chats here and there, but at one point he literally says like chat is brain dead or something like that. And it's like this, I'm seeing this unfold and I'm like, this is not helping the situation at all. It's all crazy. I'm completely on APG's side. However, it seems like not so much a miscommunication, but definitely it wasn't handled in the best way, I guess, because APG, of course, everybody in the HCS here, guys, they're all grown men, and APG is a very intelligent man who's been in the scene for a very long time. If you're going to work with the man, you got to tell him straight up how it is. So I think this was just handled in a very poor way, but I will say, anybody in chat, comment sections, Reddit, I don't care where, don't be blowing this out of proportion because it definitely seems settled. And with these situations like this, I hate seeing people that pretend they know the situation. They pretend they're in the room with the players here. But it definitely seems settled. Trippy made it very clear that they were led to believe he was coach. They plan on him being coach, and they want him to be their coach. It was kind of just a money thing, and they made it very clear that this is not a couple $100 difference here. This is a massive axe to the budget. It is HCS Year 4. There's not as much hype. There's not as much money going around, and these orgs are not just doling out money left and right for these rosters in a game that's been out for 4 years, guys. So with less money, I'm sure they have to make changes. I'm sure they have to talk. I'm sure if they would have just been more upfront with all of these numbers and been more open and not sent text messages that shouldn't have been sent and then being ghosted, because it was basically Trippy and them didn't know Suppress was texting APG like that. They didn't know that he already knew that they were in a call. So two of them think that they're discussing this behind closed doors. Meanwhile, APG knows that they're behind the closed doors. It was an absolute mess, and it was kind of crazy to see unfold, because if you were watching APG's stream, which I actually had it open before I went to bed, where he was muted on the phone with them, and I'm seeing hand gestures, I'm seeing nothing but passion, and man, I feel bad because I hate seeing people in situations like that. So I really think APG was right to feel disrespected. I definitely don't think the team handled it in the right way, shape, or form at all, but again, it seems like you don't know who knew what and who was texting who and what was going on in the moment unless you were there. So we can only speculate or run away with it. But again, it seems like it's resolved. Will we see Coach APG? I'm not completely sure if we have a set statement on that yet. I can only keep up with so much working, trying to sleep, and doing everything else while also trying to record a video and keeping you guys in the loop. So that's vaguely what happened. Again, if you want to see exactly what APG said, guys, Brower did a great job of dicing up some clips. And, of course, follow along in the saga on APG streams. I've loved APG from the beginning, not just as a player, but he's super and I'm just going to fangirl here for a second here, guys, but he's super upfront and he tells it how it is. And it's like, if you're into the HCS that way, guys, APG is probably one of the best people to watch because he is just so straight to the point, and you kind of get a really good inside look at the dealings and things like that from a person who has been in this business, if you will, for many, many years, and it's just a really good watch. So again, APG, keep up with the streams, Broward clips, great job dicing it up. I just got to tip my hat to the work over there because it's so easy to stay in the loop if you're watching his channel. And yeah, guys, this is me poorly summarizing it up for you. Again, I don't stand for any APG disrespect, and watching this unfold on APG's stream was actually crazy, but I am glad to hear that at least to some extent they got it resolved. At least, if not from a business standpoint, at least from a friend standpoint, because again, they were obviously on the Optic roster together, so it'd be crazy to see that storyline if APG were to coach somewhere else or whatever down the road. All I know is I tweeted this yesterday. The HCS Year 4 storylines are about to be generational, guys. We have so much unfolding, and let me tell y'all, I hope Monster is not off the hook with all of this news. Optic rosters officially leaked. Or not leaked, it's literally official. It was posted today from Optic Gaming, guys, the roster that we all pretty much expected. So we'll be having another video on that, talking about that a little bit, because there's a lot of fun stuff around that. I just felt like this was a little bit spicy, and I gotta stick to my guns here on the lack of APG disrespect I'm willing to let slide on the channel here. But alrighty, guys, we're going in circles. Subscribe, like, comment, share your thoughts, channel memberships, and super thanks. My hands are tied here, but hey, it helps me out as a content creator, so please don't feel like you have to. But alrighty, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you for the support lately. It's good to be back. My voice still isn't, but I am. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay tuned for the next video, y'all.